It's Ramadan and I'm bored. Do you know what Ramadan's good for? Cutting.
That's like this. Yeah, that again. Couldn't find my phone. Yet again, we are so far from you. Running down as I let you strike to incinerate the light. Get it? Because the joke is, you know, cutting weight and self harm. What's the worst that I can say? Things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. God, I'm so fucking good at singing. Well, this is just gonna be, me spotting some random bullshit, right? That's the first random bullshit I'm gonna say is that Stoicism is actually very in line with the Islamic ideology. Why? Because the concept of the Islamic faith actually promotes a mindset quite similar to Stoicism. So, what is the concept of faith in Islam to begin with, right? The concept of faith in Islam, right, is that there's two kinds of faith. There's a faith that you could change, and that there's a faith that you couldn't change. Two kinds of faith. And in response to that, a good Muslim should strive to strive to get the kind of outcome they want. They would strive for the future they want to the best of their abilities. But whenever it doesn't happen, maybe just maybe it's not. Maybe it's a fate that you couldn't change, right? And you meant to like say it is what it is. That's it. There's nothing you could do about it, but that there's always gonna be better plans in the future. What does that sound like? That sounds like Stoicism, right? In Stoicism, there are things you could control, and there are things you couldn't control, and almost everything you couldn't control, right? And in Stoicism, things you couldn't control, you shouldn't let it control you, right? Say, if you want to get a job, right? If you want to get a job, you get into a college or something. You try your best, but after it's over, after your best is not enough, don't let that control you. Don't be sad. That's because that is what it is. That's very in line with the Muslim concept of faith. The difference being that in Islam, there is some comfort offered by optimism there because there's some kind of future planned for you. Yeah. I don't know what else I'm gonna fucking talk. The next ones I think is just gonna be my random YouTube videos I haven't gone to around. Again, random video ideas I've conceptualized but I haven't really gotten around to. I wanted to make like an SI video about how edits are the modern equivalent of poems because it is, right? It delivers emotion and ideas in a more concise form to something like a film or a YouTube video, right? Because edits in like 1 or 2 minutes, and this idea stems from whenever I see this one um, edit of that one JK episode where Nobara got hit by fucking Mahito, right? The one we presume is her death. There's that one. Um, it was fronted with the goddamn scene where they ruin Gojo's shirt, but then the cut to Nobara dying, like dying presumably, and the edit does that, you know, really well by using musics and scenes from the episode, like they deliver the same sentiment, the same story in a more concise form in like 1 minute with music and with different music. So I'm pretty sure that the first music was, I don't even remember, it's just something like hearted, right? Something like hearted. It's just showing the scenes of them hanging around and whatnot. And then a sudden drop. A sudden drop, and then I'm pretty sure it was like a Radiohead. You can run, or something like that, right? And that's when I realized, edits, they're like a modern form of poems, right? They deliver stories and ideas, and that's like observable. And I was planning to make a video about that, right? About this. I'm planning on making a longer form video about this, where when I just, you know, watch and edit and like go into what story and what sentiment they're trying to tell, they're trying to deliver. I think that'd be fun. Maybe not now. There's also another video idea that I've been trying to like. It's related to Hajime Ippo and Walt Whitman. I'm not gonna say it because this is the one thing I hope no one fucking gets to first. And it's just I've been thinking about this even before, being active on YouTube. I'm not even active, right? I just upload occasionally whenever I feel like it. I'm waiting on my skills being better. I'm waiting on my editing skills being better because I feel like that idea, deserves that kind of treatment. I don't want it to be just one of those, just one of my shitty ones. I'm trying my best here. So I'm waiting to be worthy of making that video that I already thought up. It's fucking dumb. I know it's like arrogant as shit. But I don't know if it's arrogant or not. I mean, like I have something I conjured up that I feel like it's so good that I myself am not deserving of it. But then again, me thinking that I'm not deserving of it also means that I'm not holding myself to such a high regard that I think that something is deserving of me. That I don't know. Am I narcissistic? I don't fucking know. I'm ugly as shit. Alright. What else? Yeah, I was planning on like getting back to boxing this semester, right? This semester I'm gonna go back to boxing, get all the loose ends over, and get to boxing, get my feel. And then next semester I take my undergraduate thesis and fucking graduate, right? I focus on that. But I haven't been able to box because I'm fucking sick. What? I don't get it. Why should I get sick now of all times? It's, I should have recorded this video yesterday, right? Because yesterday was the peak of my sickness, and somehow, for some fucking reason, I look like a twink whenever I get sick. Like my lips is just fucking bright red, and my face is like drained of all its fluids. So it's like my facial features are all out there. But thing is, right, my muscle mass drops whenever I get sick. Look at that, my muscle mass is gone. Compared to the right shower video, that's nothing, right? My muscle mass drops. My boxing position is also gone right now. I mean, that's just because I was in a vacuum, right? And the most horrible thing is, right, my legs, right, my fucking footwork is. I feel like it's dead. The way I walk whenever I'm active compared to when I am now is so drastically different. I thought it's just me, right? But then some people started talking about it over on YouTube and fucking Instagram, and I was like, damn, I was right. I was walking better when I'm active. Yeah, no. Thanks for watching, I guess. Bye bye.